So Bungie just laid off a bunch of more employees, developers, and different people working for the company, and it's just crazy because obviously with the Sony acquisition, that being a big acquisition, and all that, you would think that things would be good, right? They would be growing as a studio, not downsizing. This is the second time that they do this, and there's some pretty insane information regarding all this we're going to go through here in this video. So if you do enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe for more, friends. Obviously, you're not liking the video for the sake of liking that people lost jobs. Of course, that is something that is it's just horrible for everyone who lost their jobs, because then they're stuck trying to find new work, and especially in the industry right now, it's been bad, man. It's just been bad. A lot of layoffs across various different studios and companies within the gaming industry. It's just not in a good place. So obviously, your heart goes out to people that lost their jobs. So when I say, leave a like if you enjoy the content, it's more like, hey, if you enjoy the content, the news, then I'm bringing you the news, rather. But either way, if you don't like it, that's completely fine as well. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So, Pete Parsons, man, there's a whole thing with Pete Parsons that we need to talk about, which is crazy, which, by the way, he locked down his Twitter account the other day. Actually, I think he might have unlocked it now. But anyways, he's the CEO at Bungie. And man, oh man, is there some wild stuff that we're going to discuss in a second here. So he's the one who posted this on the Bungie website, as a Bungie blog post. I'm not going to go through the entirety of it. But essentially, what they're saying, or what he was saying, is that due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make substantial changes to our cost structure and focus development efforts entirely on Destiny and Marathon. That means beginning today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, representing roughly 17% of our studio's workforce. That's a big cut, man. These actions will affect, every level of the company, including most of our executive and senior leader roles. It's almost like he's trying to put in there like, hey, it's not just the big fish here that are safe or whatever. But yet he's safe, man. He's good, right? He's comfortable. But it always makes me remember the fact that Satoru Iwata of Nintendo, when he was still alive and he was running Nintendo, he took pay cuts, man, just to keep everybody's jobs and stuff. I mean, that was leadership, you know what I mean? That was kind of a prime example of good leadership in the industry. But Pete Parsons, oh my goodness, this is nothing. You give me a second and we're getting into some stuff that's wild. Anyway, so there's this whole thing, right? So they're talking about, or I guess he's talking about in all of this, this is hard news and different things like that, but it has become a necessary decision for the studio and from the business side of things and different things like that. There are times where it's like you could be like, okay, I get it, you know what I mean? Like there's times where it's like, sure, I get it, but so man, this is the second time this is the second wave of layoffs in Bungie. It's like at this point, Destiny's gonna be no more. Bungie's just gonna disintegrate. Man, talk about a bad investment on Sony's part. But it was kind of funny because he goes on to say later on in the blog post, that they're deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12%, into Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE, over the next few quarters. SIE's worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for as many of our people as possible. And it goes on and on and on to say that, they're working with, Sony, PlayStation Studios and all that to try to figure everything out and whatever. Again, if you want to read the whole blog post, I'll link it down in the description below. I'm not going to read the entirety of it because it just seems like a lot of, I don't know the right word for it. But there is a couple things that I do want to get into, and I do want to say real quick too. It's like it kind of sucks too, because like I don't know if this has to do with not having as many people on part of the company, but it feels like echoes, episode echoes in Destiny 2 right now. It just feels like it's been lacking, and I don't know, man. It's like their writers, it's just the writers are just more focused on you know, kind of like, it feels like more propaganda kind of storytelling than good storytelling, where it's like, it's just the whole thing has just been so focused on Saint and Osiris, and it's like, man, it's wild. It's just wild. It just feels like the game is crumbling before our eyes, and the studio, and it's just really sad to see, man. And they said they still have 850 team members, so that's not much. I don't think that's a whole lot, especially for, you know, a studio like Bungie. But a couple other outlets pointed out something that was pretty crazy. This one specifically is coming from the Culture Crave on Twitter, but many people have posted about this, which is just wild and just adds kind of like some crazy weight to all this, especially, you know, coming from Pete Parsons. And that is the fact that apparently, reportedly, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons, Culture Crave reports, reportedly spent over $2.3 million buying classic cars after the Sony acquisition. Now it's like, whatever, okay, you know, do with your money as you will. But I mean, if you're swimming in that much money and you have to keep cutting, you know, you have to keep laying people off. I mean, again, I go back to, you know, Mr. Iwata, right, of Nintendo. I mean, what did he do? He took a pay cut, you know, himself, where, you know, his family was still provided for, but other families in the company were also provided for, you know what I mean? So the crazy thing is, they said this was uncovered the same day he made the statement, you know, saying that they laid off 220 employees dealing with financial challenges. So it's like, wow, guy, you like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, if this is true, which, I mean, the weight behind it, people posted screenshots and stuff and that actually show like all the cars that he bought and whatnot. I mean, $2.3 million in classic cars after this acquisition. I mean, that's telling. If you got that much of like a pay bonus or something, again, I don't know if that it was, you know, coincidental or whatever, but I don't know. That to me, it's just like, come on, man. The leadership is not good. Not for Bungie and not for a lot of studios, not for a lot of companies, man. The leadership is just backwards, upside down. You know, they're too focused on filling and lining their pockets. They're too focused on, you know, just kind of like ruining games. They don't even know anything about anything. They're just, you know, they're pushing, you know, because again, it's all about the business, right? So they're pushing like all these narratives for games that only a minority are really kind of, you know, vocal about wanting. Again, this is a whole other topic that we could be here forever for. So if you know, you know. Otherwise, we'll leave it at that. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully everyone who got laid off can find work. Ironically, what was his name? I think his name is Jared something from no, what was it? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, one of the guys over at 343 Industries working on Halo posted not long after, we're hiring. So I don't know, maybe some of the guys and girls from Bungie that you know, got laid off, maybe they can get some work over at 343 Industries, and maybe things will come full circle and Halo will come back, baby. Let's go. Come on. We need some we need Halo to come back too. So anyways, we'll see. I don't want to see Bungie fall apart, but man, oh man, Pete Parsons, you know, leading the company, big yikes, man. Is not it's not going good. So anyways, let me know your thoughts if you, again, enjoyed me bringing the news to you. Not that you're happy about people losing their jobs. Of course, leave it a like, subscribe for more. We do a variety of gaming content here on the channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Another one. Tell them, friends, game on. Thanks for watching. Hey you! What are you doing? Join the Skeleton Army! Do it today! Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow might never come. The Earth is gonna fade, that's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the Skeleton Army. Plus, we do kind of like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later.